To the price action recap. It's not a trade recap because we didn't trade. We did get a nice psychology win though, and I'll explain through. Let me run to my journal quick. So coming into it, we had orange news. Um, wasn't really going to do too much, but maybe help volume a little bit. We finally got a 4 hour gap as well, which is about time. We also had decent 1 hour structure coming into it. As you can see, we sold off to the gap, started putting in some higher lows and higher highs. So pretty decent. Then we had this M15, which we did hold. Um, and then the rest is this chop. So yeah, coming into it, we had this gap here that we wanted to see hold. We got SMT on the lows. This high was really obvious, and then these equal highs, Asia high was really obvious too. 5 minute, we just had this gap also inside the 15. Yeah, as you can see, you got SMT on the low. That is got SMT on the low here, and then we started pushing higher out of the 15-minute gap and the 4 hour gap. Um, I wanted to wait for like a 5 minute gap to be printed, just because we had this gap and this gap holding us back, which we didn't get. Well, we did get, but it wouldn't have been a great entry. So we had SMT and then ran up, retraced and displaced out. But because that was a more discretionary entry, we did not take it. It didn't come to OTE of any leg. I mean, technically here, but I don't know. I would rather a deeper retrace. So technically, you could have entered there based off of the 15-minute um, and the higher time frame. You'd have got an easy 1-to-1 or a 1-to-6. So you could have taken that, very much more discretionary, as it's out of a 15 and a 1 instead of a 5 and a 1. Um, but then we did actually print a gap here, printed a gap, and we souped it. So as you can see, we souped it. Not the best though, because it was a fat candle. If we got like a little tap here and then displace out, this would have been a great trade. Stop here, target, whatever, doesn't really matter. But because we just had one fat wick, which Loki could have been a tweet, as well as the news release, it was that orange folder news. But Trump's been tweeting some mad things recently on X, about like the peace deal and stuff. Um, so it didn't really give an entry. I would have had to have entered there with a stop there. That's not hitting a 1-to-1. So unfortunate, we had the right bias. However, this is where we kind of took the nice psychology win. We ran up to these highs. Now we knew Asia high is prominent because it's equal. The next highs are like 40 points, but we've already moved quite a lot. We've moved from this 4 hour gap, we've moved 137 points. Now, when we came back down and displaced back out of um, this structure, you could have really entered there, 1-to-1. You would have got stopped out. And then we had this candle, which kind of rejected anyways. Even if you had a stop there, you would have got stopped out. So the fact that we took out the highs, and we did not need to trade past that because technically our draw on liquidity has been taken, like the really easy draw has been taken. And the reason all-time highs isn't an easy draw is because that is all-time highs. It's not just a random high or an external high. That is all-time highs. And we're not just going to keep taking them over and over again. So we took out Asia high, we took out pre-market high, which was really prominent. Um, and yeah, we just didn't get an entry. So I'm glad that we did not take longs when we entered here. A low key could have shorted, like if we retrace this leg and then displaced out, that's bearish structure. Could have shorted, got a 1-to-1, but then what would you really be targeting here? Like, the 15-minute gap's mitigated already. The 5 minutes mitigated. It's pure just like, just pattern trading shorts. Would have played out. This low obviously doesn't get taken, so you can't even target that low. Not even on SMT. So yeah, it's not unfortunate. We got the buys right and we avoided a pattern trade. So that is a dub in my books. Um, Obviously would have been nice to get a trade towards that target as we are so close to getting funded. But, patience pays and we choose to be patient every time. And there's no point reading the market and seeing, okay, we've taken highs, we're probably not going to, you know, just keep pumping. We're probably going to need some sort of a retrace and not just bang longs here. Um, but yeah, it could have taken shorts, but there's nothing to target, so that kind of gets rid of that. Longs, discretionary entry for sure. Maybe we backtest it. Maybe we test 15-minute gaps and see to structure out like a 15-minute gap like this. So we've got a 15-minute gap here. We start shorting. Maybe we backtest this type of entry. Then we don't need to wait for the 5 minute to print. But other than that, pretty good day for the psychology and for bias reading. Like, I don't mind not taking trades if, we haven't tested the 15 and the 1. We've only tested the 5 and the 1. So that's what we've got to go with. Um, but yeah, maybe we'll test that in the future, see how that plays out. Um, and other than that, like, it's been pretty chill. Like, there's no need to trade. There's no rush. This week has been quite mid. We got a win. Uh, we got Monday. We got a loss on paper. Tuesday we got a win. Wednesday the price was so mid. Not did I say Wednesday? Wednesday the price was mid, and then today price delivered okay. Like we finally getting hourly and 4 hour gaps print, which is nice. And you can really tell the difference when we have that and when we're not chopping on the 15 or the 5. We're actually making good structure out. Um, so yeah, that's pretty positive. Hopefully tomorrow does that as well and gives us an entry. We've got 10 a.m. news, so yeah. But yeah, other than that, I mean, decent day, not too bad. Just being consistent, really. Doing the daily videos, staying disciplined, journaling, everything. So yeah, see you guys in a bit.